All right, good evening, everyone. Thank you all for being here. Board members, in front of you, you have the proposed agenda for tonight's meeting. Take a second and look at that. Before we open for a motion to approve this agenda or make any changes.
Make a motion to approve.
Okay, got a motion?
Second.
And a second? Thank you. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed say no. Great. All right. Well, if everyone would please stand for our pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, board members, as we're taking our seats, we have one empty seat. Our student ex officio board member is not able to be with us tonight. Maria has sent, however, a short video that she wanted to share with us during the meeting. So if we can push go.
Hello, I'm Maria Fulton. I'm student body president and Beta Club vice president here at FHS. I've been selected to be the student ex officio of the board, and I'm extremely grateful for that opportunity. I'm so sorry I couldn't attend the meeting today, but I can't wait to work with all of you. And as always, go Tigers.
Well done. Look forward to working with them. We sure do. It's great. Okay, we had the minutes to our regular board meeting from August emailed out. Taking a look at those. Okay, have a motion?
Second.
And a second. Comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed say no. Great. You also had disbursements for August that were emailed out today. So if you want to take a look at those. Williams can answer any questions, I'm confident.
Make a motion to approve.
Okay, have a motion to approve the disbursements for August.
Second.
And a second. Any questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed say no. Great. Principals reports from Ralph Askins, Ms. Baker.
Good evening. I knew that was going to happen. We had a great month of August at Askins. We have enrolled several new students, so I'll go over the enrollment as of today. We have 82 in pre-K, 98 kindergartners, 76 in first, 85 in second, 96 in third, 88 in fourth, and 75 in fifth, for a total of 600 students. So we're very excited about all of our new little Tigers there. This month we have a couple of events coming up. Friday we have our lemonade stand with the grands, where all the grandparents are invited out to share some lemonade and cookies, so we're excited about that. We also have our play. Our Annie production is going to be on September 26th and 28th at 7 o'clock at night at Askins. And I've got some flyers here for you, some complimentary family tickets, and some bracelets from the drama department. And I'm going to leave these over here so you can have those. But we look forward to seeing y'all out at Askins for those performances. Okay, let's see if I can make it.
Is this particular performance just Askins students?
It's 4th and 5th grade students.
That's
Correct.
fantastic.
Thank you.
Great opportunity. Thank
all I
you.
have.
Any
Thank
questions
you.
for Ms. Baker? Easy. All right. From middle school, Mr. Bobbitt. All right. Good evening.
Good evening. How y'all doing? All right. things that Fayetteville Middle, we had anti-bullying program last week, moved to stance, real good. Teaches, uses restorative practice strategies, which is real good. The people that put it on, they were real complimented about our students, how they acted well. Miss Karen and Miss Carla helped bring it in. We also had our first pep rally, which was real good. Kids really got into it, and it worked great with the schedule because we just took out 5 minutes of each class, so we didn't have to cut any kind of classes. It worked out very well, better than what I thought. We've got our parent conference meeting coming up September 19th. We got next week, same night y'all have the Fayetteville State coming in on the 14th. Got our homecoming, senior night on the football field. We're going to include the soccer team, girls soccer team this year. Get them more recognition. Other than that, everything's going great at the middle school right now. Doing very, very well. So, thank you.
Thank you. Yes. It's going to be busy on Tiger Hill that night, isn't it? Very much so. From FHS, Mr. Perry.
Yes, sir. Good evening. Just wanted to report that so far everybody's settled in and school's going great. Discipline so far this year has been better. Our attendance has been much better this year. I wanted to report our enrollment. Last report, we were at 348 total students. Right now, freshman enrollment is 81. Sophomore enrollment is at 87. Junior enrollment is at 96. And senior enrollment is at 86. And that makes a total of 352 students. So at this point, we do feel comfortable, that it's settled in and those numbers will be at least till Christmas. The only other thing I have is homecoming's going to be September 29th. And I've talked with our student body president, Miss Maria, and I know she's working with, I believe, a couple of y'all to do a community tailgate. So we wanted to invite all of y'all and the community. I know that's something that we talked about. We used to do tailgates, and we're going to work to get back to that. From 4 to 6 p.m. Will be the tailgating times, and we're going to give out a ticket to each one of our FHS students for a free hamburger or hot dog there. And then we're also probably going to have a couple food trucks, and those will all be shut off at 6 o'clock. That way it doesn't get into concessions for the ball game. But other than that, that's all I have.
Will that be up on the hill, the tailgate?
It's going to be down, I call it the hole there,
Okay.
right behind, or right beside the field house. Yes, sir.
Okay.
So we're going to do, we're going to have bounce houses and cornhole games and all that. So music, so should be a good time. Yeah.
That'll be fun. Great student body president.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Very much. That sounds exciting. Can't miss that. Can't miss it. Next thing on the agenda is our time for public comment. We had no requests come in to speak, so we'll move on to supervisors' reports. Ms. Dodson.
I have nothing at this time.
Nothing to report. There's a great article in the paper, I'll tell you again, that very informative, talking about the welding program. So great innovation.
We'll flesh it out. We got more exciting things happen, so I'm gonna wait till we're got more detail.
Holding your cards, okay. All right. Good. I look forward to more good news out of those programs. Mr. Giffen.
I don't really have anything either, just working on data, trying to get codes corrected and things to load correctly, and things are going well.
So you've done that for a couple of years now. Has it been easier this year, given the groundwork you laid? No, it's always chaos.
The state always changes what they want. They want more and more and more, it seems like, and the time frame gets smaller and smaller. So, the codes they'll change all the course codes to something different, and you got to figure all that out, make it all work. But we're getting there. We're close.
Steve, would it be fair to say that this year has been particularly, there's been a lot of change this year with some of the changes at the state department?
With TISA and everything has been, yes, and there's a lot more. And they want more stuff. I mean, it's just, it's more demographics and more classification codes and more club codes and, I mean, it's, yeah, but,
Wow.
it's just a busy time, but,
But he is fantastic at it.
Yes, please know how thankful we are for what you do for the system.
I appreciate it. Thank
That's
you.
awesome. Okay, Dr. Stiles.
I actually have nothing to report at this time.
Okay, excellent. All right, Ms. G.
I'll just brief, we now have a contracted service with Avasa for interpreting. So our schools all have their own codes. It's a very easy process. They can call one number, give them their code, unique code, and tell them what language we need to have interpreted, have a conversation right there at any given time on their cell phone, on the office phone, wherever they are. So we're excited to be able to offer that to our parents if need.
That would be very valuable, having been in the position of having a student that comes in, speaks none of our language, and you're trying to communicate, and it's, we've had refugee students come in from different countries, who've been in danger within the last 2 weeks and not able to communicate, and it's a heartbreaking kind of a situation for a teacher and educator. That service would have been a lifesaver in those scenarios, so I'm very tickled to have that.
So how is that made available there at the school?
Right, we have a number that we call, and they answer right away. I've called them multiple times to get this going, and they'll say, what is your access code? And you give them the code, and what language do you need? We can also do FaceTime if we need to. That can be set up ahead of time. They can come, they can also do documents, but we needed something just immediately to be able to call if someone walked in and we can't translate.
Wow, so you just put it on speakerphone and
Yes,
you say
that
something
easy.
and then they
Yeah,
communicate?
code is 2,
Oh,
3,
wow,
4,
what a
5, or
blessing.
whatever, and right there you have your conversation.
That's fantastic.
And not to provide a free commercial, but it's a reasonable cost.
Yes.
Very reasonable.
Cool. Wow, glad we have that too. Anything else?
That's all I got.
Yeah, okay, Mr. McCormick.
All right, well, in the spirit of being brief, I'm gonna try to hold to the same. I did finally hear back on the virtual school from the commissioner's office. They have since instructed us to kind of work through the waiver process through the State Board of Education. That being said, since they only meet periodically, and we're probably looking at a longer approval process anyway, may take up to a year to kind of get all the kinks worked out. There is a lot that kind of goes into collecting all that information. I'm in the process of getting all that together for you guys. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share a document with the board that kind of compiles everything. We'll give y'all a better picture of kind of where we are, how we got here, and so on and so forth. So be looking for that before the next scheduled board meeting. On a positive note, on September 13th, the TVOS public site will open up for all of our students and parents to be able to look and see how the school did last year. It is currently still embargoed right now, so there's not a whole lot we can share tonight, but we are going to have some things that we can celebrate. A lot of great work going on. That's a huge credit to our administrators, our teachers, and our students. Those of you who are familiar with testing know how stressful that can be and how much it kind of hinges on those few weeks in April. And so super proud of our system, and again, I'm gonna give y'all a more detailed, comprehensive packet when I get all that put together. There's still some pieces coming in I don't quite have yet, but that's pretty much all I have.
Any questions for the supervisors? All right, Ms. Williams, CFO.
The only thing I have is the revenue and expenditure reports for the month of August, and these were sent out earlier, and I just asked, see if you have any questions on these reports.
Any questions about the revenue expenditure charts for the month? I guess not. Thank you. We'll stick around because we have a couple of budget amendments, so don't go anywhere, Ms. Williams. Committee reports, facilities and transportation. Anything?
would like to take an opportunity to let everybody know Andrew Hall did finally complete his bus driving training. Very much appreciative of Jeff Bryan and Melissa Good for training him and going through the extensive process of from Homeland Security to the State Department, the TDOT, the State Department of Education. There are multiple bureaucracies involved in getting a bus driver trained, and when you're a small place that doesn't do that every day, it's challenging. They did a great job. He's with us. He'll start his first day of solo driving a route tomorrow. So this is a brand new, fresh off the press kind of a situation. We're pleased to have a lot of our educators have stepped up into our bus driving roles, which has helped us not to have the pressing need that a lot of the neighbors and a lot of the surrounding area and cities have with the national bus driver shortage. Our teachers have really stepped up. It's a good financial situation for them because it helps their retirement, and at the same time, it helps us to serve the kid with bus drivers that know how to interact with the students and care about them. It's people that would know. It's a good thing. The FEMA project, there has been some traction. So after months of silence, we got a request for information back from one of the office where this document has been in Atlanta. We responded. Greg Kennedy provided them with information within about 48 hours to advance the ball there, and now it's back and we're waiting on more words. So hopefully this is the thing we needed to get it jostled and moving down the assembly line. So
That's the first
this is the first word
communication from them we've had in many
months. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So that's encouraging, and that's what I have.
Good to hear. It's good to hear. Okay, the Finance Committee has a couple of amendments. The first is a FY24 general purpose budget amendment that was included in your email, and this Ms. Williams can probably describe it better than me. Part of this is the after-school program, but it also includes other things, right?
Yes, the budget amendment is the reallocation of funds to meet maintenance of effort and this was in guidance by our fiscal consultant of the state.
Yeah.
This is her suggestion that we make. And so the expenditure part is on the payment of the principal bonds, and the interest, we just transferring from one category to the other, that section of the budget amendment.
And it's just moving it within lines and no new revenue, no new expenditures. So it's something we just approve and it's signed and it's done. It doesn't have to go to the city.
This one does, the budget amendment does.
Okay, I'm sorry, I got the second one. I'm sorry. I was looking at the other one. My bad.
The budget amendment.
This one will have to go. Okay. Well, I would make a motion that we approve general purpose budget amendment number 1 for FY24.
There you go.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Any questions about that? All in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed say no. All right. And then we have the line item amendment that I was talking about. Yeah, they're on the same order my paperwork was. This one is the one that involves the after-school program, and it really is just moving some things around different lines, not any new revenue, not any new expense. Correct. So, and I would make a motion that we approve this line item amendment number 1. Okay, motion and a second. Any questions or comments? All in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed say no. All right, thank you. Insurance and policies. Policies on the agenda tonight.
Yes, sir. We have 4. So we met on August the 31st and discussed these policies. So I have 4 of them. I move we approve the revised policy 3.202 emergency preparedness plan on first reading.
Got a motion?
Second.
And a second. Any questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed say no.
I move we approve the revised policy 3.205 security on first reading.
All right, have a motion
Second.
and a second. Any questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay.
I move we approve the revised policy 3.404 private vehicles on first reading.
Okay, have a motion
Second.
And a second. Any questions or comments? All in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed say no. All right.
I move we approve the revised policy, new policy 3.204, threat assessment team on first reading.
Okay. Have a motion
Second.
and a second. Any questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed say no. All right. Thank you for that. No more for this month.
That's it.
All right. Superintendent's report, Mr. Jones.
Yes, sir. I'd like to submit to the board for approval, FHS FFA chapter to attend the 96th Annual National Convention and Expo, which is October 31st through November 4th in Indianapolis. This is an annual trip that they take, and it is traditional that they've been allowed to go in the past, so I request board approval.
So moved.
All right, got a motion
Second.
and a second?
Okay. Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed say no. Okay.
Our second request for approval is a trip, our FHS seniors will attend overnight campus visit trip to the TCAT Shelbyville, MTSU, Tennessee Tech, and the University of Tennessee Knoxville. The dates for that trip are September 21st through 22nd, and it's a fantastic opportunity for some of these young people. The itinerary is packed.
They're going to all those places?
They're
like
going to
on the
all of
weekend?
them. Regina, you want to, I'm going to throw you a softball
So we
here.
are gonna leave on a Thursday morning, and the reason we chose those dates is Friday is in service. So the students would miss a day and the other, so we leave early in the morning, we hit them on the way, and we're gonna pay for it with Gear Up funding.
What's
So
that?
we have like 24 or 25 seniors, I think you have the list there. And
That's good.
universities hopefully are gonna pay for their lunch, and they'll have $25 and pay for one meal, so.
And some of them may have never been to any of those campuses
Well,
before, so.
And I would say very few have
Yeah.
been to all of the campuses.
Right. Yeah.
And I'll take the opportunity to, before we vote, to a big commendation to Tiessen's.
Yes.
She's doing a fantastic job
She
with
seems
Gear Up.
like she is
And
in her element
yes, they-
so much.
We keep metrics on some of this stuff, and they're off the charts
So
so
glad.
far. So I might ask one day if she'd come present to the board, because it's, I don't even want to steal the thunder. It's remarkable what she's doing, so it's really good.
Super.
I make a motion to approve
Second.
campus visit trip.
All right. Motion.
Second.
And a second, thank you. Any further comments or discussion? Sounds like a wonderful, wonderful career-oriented trip. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed say no. Fantastic. That's exciting.
Very much.
Anything else?
That'll be the end of my report, Mr. Chairman.
All right, very good. Well, board members, you will have seen that U Trust program is cranked up again, and I think it's very fitting that we start our resolutions this school year the way the school day starts for many, many of our students, and that is with our bus drivers who have the first contact with so many of our students and really set the tone and meet a need in children's and students' lives that no one else can quite do. And as Mr. Jones commented, we are so blessed with such quality people doing the job of bus drivers. I won't read the resolution, but I will offer an opportunity if any board member wants to make a comment or an anecdote about our bus drivers or what an integral part that is to our school system. But hearing none of that, I will say that I would make a motion that we approve this resolution to honor our bus drivers. And it would be specifically, we establishing September 14th as Bus Driver Appreciation Day. We appreciate them every day, but I suspect there will be lots of celebrations and probably some tasty treats and posters and hugs and whatnot for our bus drivers on September 14th. So I'd make a motion we approve this resolution to honor them.
So moved.
So that's a second. Any further
Sorry.
discussion? Any further
Still here.
discussion? That's fine. Any further discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed say no. Great. Well, you just really can't overstate the impact that they have on our students and our culture in the system.
Absolutely.
As we look at the next board meeting, which will be our October board meeting, which blows my mind, I'm led to believe that the first week of October is fall break.
Yes, sir, that is accurate.
Which is probably not a great week for our employees to be here for a board meeting. Would it be okay with the board to bump that to the 9th of October, Monday the 9th? It's a Columbus Day holiday, so.
I won't be here on the 9th, but y'all are certainly welcome to meet
Okay.
without me. So don't plan around me.
Okay.
Anymore.
Okay, anyone else that knows they can't be here that night, because we do need a quorum.
It's a bank holiday too, but I don't jobs, so I don't know if I'll be here either.
Yeah, it's a holiday for me, but I'll be here at 5 o'clock.
It's my birthday, but I'll be.
Duly noted, board secretary. Duly noted. Is everyone, as far as you know, able to attend? Okay. Well then, if it's okay with you all, we'll set the October regular board meeting for 5 p.m. on Monday, October 9th.
Is fall leadership this month? District, what isn't it called, fall district meeting?
It's at Fayetteville High School
The 14th.
on the
September
14th,
14th.
Thursday, the September
week from
14th.
Thursday.
That's next week.
It is a week from Thursday, that's right, 9 days from now.
And it starts pretty early in the evening,
Does it?
or in the afternoon, really. So, 4 o'clock.
Oh, okay, I have 7, so I'm glad you said that.
Well, the actual proceedings, the meeting begins at 5, I think. The check-in begins at 4, and then the meeting will actually begin at 5. So I appreciate you bringing that up, because
Do we
I
know
think
how
it
many
would.
people are coming?
About 90 we anticipate.
Okay.
It's always a big group, and it's a showcase for our school and our school system. So I would encourage, if the board members can be there, be there at 4 o'clock, and let's kind of be the welcome committee for our school system as they come. This will be the second time that they've come and had the.
Are y'all all
August
wearing
meeting.
Fayetteville attire?
Haven't thought of that.
That's
Oh.
small details, but
I'll probably wear a suit.
I was thinking I might have a tie
Okay.
on that night. A lot of the folks dress up for that. So, but whatever you're comfortable in. We'll get there and everybody will be in shorts. He told me to wear it.
Being the new
I'm
guy-
sorry.
Being the new guy, I keep asking people like, no, because I keep showing up and I'm overdressed.
That's always
never
better.
right. Yeah, that's true.
It's always better. It's close to 4 o'clock would be nice to have several board members there to welcome folks from around the South Central District of Tennessee. Thanks for bringing that up. That's a big event coming up. And I'll always be, Ben Torres will always be walking us through what the legislature is considering and threatening. So that's always time well spent here, his presentation and the others as well. So, any other comments from the board? Otherwise, we'll stand adjourned.